In a recent interview on Good Morning America, Zohran Mamdani said he plans on keeping the Zionist police commissioner, Jessica Tisch.
About crime, have you convinced Commissioner Tisch to stay on the police commissioner?
You know, I've made my decision to retain Commissioner Tisch, and I've done so because Eric Adams had stacked the upper echelons of the NYPD with incompetence and corruption. She came in, started to tackle that, deliver accountability, and reduce crime across the 5 boroughs. That is what we would build upon under a Mamdani administration, in addition to creating a Department of Community Safety to tackle the mental health and homelessness crisis head on.
You've made your decision. Has she made hers?
I am looking forward to continue to having conversations with her and to assembling a government of the best and the brightest to deliver on this agenda.
Now, some people might not see that as being that problematic, except for the fact that this is the same Jessica Tisch who said that she is determined to stop all anti-Jewish activity in the city, which we all know is code for anyone who protests Israel's genocide in Gaza. Now, there are a lot of people claiming that Zohran Mamdani's victory was a victory for the pro-Palestine movement. And there were people like myself saying, no, it isn't, because he's been backtracking on any promise that could benefit the pro-Palestine movement. And this is yet another example of that. Practically speaking, for the city of New York, what does this mean? Well, this was the same police commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, who was in charge when police were going to college campuses and busting up students for protesting Israel's genocide. She is and was an open critic of these protests. And yeah, Zohran Mamdani himself can talk about how pro-Palestine he is, but practically speaking, what results do we expect if there were to be more protests when the same NYPD police chief, the same Zionist police chief, the same Zionist police chief who was asked to speak at a conference for the ADL is still in power? I know what some of you might be thinking. This is just a one-off. Let's wait until he gets in office before we judge him. Yeah, except for no, it's not a one-off. And no, I'm not surprised that he said this, because Zohran Mamdani himself said, I'm going to have people in my administration who are Zionists. So effectively, he used the pro-Palestine shtick to get y'all to support him, to get y'all to vote for him, to go viral, to raise money. Then he threw Palestinians under the bus. And as far as those of you who are advocating on behalf of Palestinians in New York are concerned, it looks like Zohran Mamdani, although he says he's pro-Palestinian, will be an impediment to the goals that you thought you were going to achieve under his administration. I mean, it makes sense now that he had Mehdi Hassan and Hassan Piker at his victory party, because that's the new scam. Pretending like you're on the side of Palestinians, calling people into the Democratic Party, making millions of dollars or getting whatever position you need or want, and then throwing the Palestinians under the bus the moment the opportunity presents itself. But yeah, I know. Let's wait until he gets in office before we start criticizing him. Yeah, let's wait until he gets the power that he's been seeking before we try to hold him accountable for the power that he has. Because that strategy has always worked, right? That's why Bernie Sanders and AOC have been so accountable to their base since being elected. That's sarcasm, by the way, in case you missed it.